Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Matthew Reed, and today we're going to look at how you can get stellar Instagram photos on your iPhone 8 Plus. Alright, so most if not everyone right now has an Instagram account. Well, there are people that might not have an Instagram account, maybe real old folks. Sorry, no disrespect to those people, but the point is that we all post photos on Instagram. And whether you like it or not, or want to admit it or not, we all want to know that our photos are getting liked. Yeah. So that's what this video is all about. How you can take photos on your phone and get them to look spectacular on Instagram, or as the title suggests, stellar. So that's what we'll be looking at today. And I must exercise a word of caution here because most cell phones, the type of photos that they take are JPEG photos or JPG photos. These are not so easy to edit. They have limitations. So I would suggest, if you want, you can choose to. You can download a third-party app that allows you to take what are called raw photos, because these photos, they preserve all the details, whether it's in the shadows or the highlights, so that when you're editing them now, you can edit, well, not say limitless, but you have more scope as to how you can edit your photos. Right, so let's jump into it, and the app that we're using today is the Lightroom Mobile app. Let's jump right into it.
Alright, so we have the first picture here, food. And normally I like to use the auto edit just to give me an idea of what it can look like. Alright, so now I'm not feeling that though, so let me switch that back. So I'm gonna go into the light tab. Let's adjust the highlights all the way down, shadows up, so we kind of see what's going on here. Now contrast, to bring some contrast to that. Okay, that's looking good. Whites down as well to prevent any highlight clipping. Let's go to the color tab, and we're going to go to the mix, to the yellows, adjust that up a bit, give it a little more saturation. All right, so that's looking good so far. All right, and let's give it a little vibrance, a little saturation in general. Looking good so far. Now I'm going to go to the crop tool just to crop out the extra bit of the table there. All right, so yeah, let's work with that. Okay, and then we go to the effects tab, add some texture to it, and just to bear in mind that texture sometimes adds to the sharpening. That I've noticed that each time I use the texture tool there. Now let's go to clarity and dehaze, and that's looking good so far. And one final thing that I like to use in this section is the vignetting. So that kind of darkens the edge of the picture here, so the edges are dark. So when persons look at this, they'll focus on what's in the middle, which is the plate of food here. All right, that's looking good. So let's go to the detail tab, shortening up just a bit, and let's see if we're seeing some noise. Yes, we are seeing a bit, so let's bring that up just a bit, not too much because we don't want it to look like Play-Doh. Good. All right, so final thing I'll do is to go back to the light and exposure, expose that a bit. Right, so that's the final product. Okay, so the next picture here is a landscape photo. Yes. Now personally, what I like to do is just to adjust the crop, just to get rid of these distracting looking elements here. Okay, yeah, I'm liking that now. So auto tab, yeah, that works. All right, so light, and we'll go to contrast. Let's bring some contrast into it. All right, that's looking good. Highlights all the way down and whites all the way down, just the same. All right, black skin stay in the middle here. Okay, let's go to the color section now. So I'm feeling that this image here, I'm getting a cold vibe from it, so I'm gonna adjust the temperature just a bit cold. All right, and let's adjust the tint here just a bit, so we start getting some color in the sky. Let's go to the mix tab, go to the purples. I want to put some color in the sky. I'm feeling that. All right, let me go to the blue tab first though. All right, So saturate that a bit. And if you notice, the sky seems to have two different colors right now. So yeah, pulling down the purple tab, it's a bit pink. Alright, let's brighten that up a bit. Select done. Go to, well, let's go to the tint. Right, so that adds the color there to the sky. Not too much. As we mentioned before, these are JPEG photos, so you just have to observe the limitations when editing them so that you don't get that pixelation. So to the effects tab, let's add some texture, not too much, bit of clarity, bit of dehazing. All right, that looks good. And finally, some vignetting. And there we go. That's the final look for that image. Alright, so the final picture that we're going to look at here, well, this is a model, so this kind of comes home to those persons who like to post pictures of themselves. Alright, so as usual, we will select auto. Yeah, it does a little bit there, not much. So let's go to the light tab. And as you know, the highlights, let's bring that down some more. The whites down some more as well. We don't really need much of the whites. Let's bring out some of the shadow detail here. All right, that looks good so far. So let's go to the color tab. So I'm feeling a warm vibe from this picture here. It's a picture taken in the tropical climate. So yeah, let's do that. All right, so that means that is showing her skin tone now to be too orange. So let's go into the mix tab, hit color, the orange color, and just turn down the saturation a bit. Right, so that's looking good as it is. All right, so I kind of want to bring some blue back to the sky. So let me hit the blue tab. Let me see if that works. That's giving me purple. Let's saturate that some more. All right, that's too much blue right now. All right, so guys, remember I told you pixelating, you can see that happening right there in the sky. So we're gonna back off on that a bit. All right, so I'm not sure if we're gonna get that blue out of the sky, but we'll work with what we have. All right, so I'll work with that. Good, that's it done. And then we go to not color, but we go to the effects tab. And we add some texture, some clarity, and some dehazing. The dehazing tab is one you have to be careful with as well. You can't go overboard with it. Just with anything else in life, even though it serves a good purpose, but you just have to use it with some balance. So that's the final photo there. That's the final look for that photo rather.
Okay, so folks, I hope you enjoyed those pictures. It just goes to show that you can get that same level of picture out of this smartphone, this very phone, the iPhone 8 Plus. So don't be afraid to take those pictures, to edit them, post them on social media, Instagram, whichever one you choose to. And if you found this video helpful, feel free to share it as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you have not already done so. Leave a comment. One thing I'd like you to do too, if there are any videos that are on any topics that you want me to do on the channel, feel free to leave that in the comment as well. So that's it for me, and I'll see you in the next one.